progressive shorthand dictation. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. Madam Deputy Chairperson, first and foremost, Madam Deputy Chairperson, first and foremost, I would like to thank the honorable members for their participation and for their sincere suggestions, as well as their impressive homework and in-depth knowledge. Madam, as I mentioned earlier, this bill had been passed in this very house and had been debated for more than 2 hours, and some of the honorable members who have participated today had also participated in that debate, and my distinguished predecessor had answered all these points before the bill was passed. Even then, since the bill has been again discussed, I would like to reply to those points as well as give the logic for bringing this legislation. As I mentioned in my opening remarks, this already passed a similar bill which was pending before the Lok Sabha but could not be passed owing to its dissolution. Consequently, a fresh bill had to be introduced and passed in the Lok Sabha, and it is now before this August House for being considered and passed. It is essentially the same as was passed by this August House earlier, except that serving or retired judges of the Supreme Court will not be in the field of selection for appointment to the administrative tribunals as chairman and vice chairman, as the age of retirement of the Supreme Court judge is 65. The same age limit has been fixed for the chairman and vice chairman, and appointment in the tribunal is not attractive enough to the Supreme Court judges. Apart from serving or retired High Court judges, persons who are eligible to be appointed as High Court judges can also be considered for appointment as members of the tribunals. This is in keeping with the suggestions already made by some members in this House when the bill was discussed earlier. The Administrative Tribunal Bill 1985 is intended to give practical shape to the provisions of the article of the Constitution. The bill provides for setting up a central administrative tribunal for dealing with the grievances relating to its service matters of the members of All India Service and other central government employees. Likewise, there is a provision for setting up of administrative tribunals for dealing with the grievances relating to the service matters of the state government employees. There is also a provision to extend a jurisdiction of the tribunals to the employees of the local bodies. As mentioned in the article of the Constitution on the setting up of such tribunals, the jurisdiction of all courts except the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court would be excluded with respect to matters relating to the recruitment and service conditions of members of all India services, the central government employees and the state government employees. It is estimated that there are at present 63,000 cases relating to the central and state government employees which are pending in the various courts all over the country. The setting up of the administrative tribunals to deal exclusively with service matters would not only reduce the present burden on the courts, thereby enabling them to devote more time to other cases, but would also provide speedier relief to the government employees for the redressal of their grievances relating to service matters. It is proposed that every tribunal will consist of principal bench and such number of additional benches as may be necessary. The principal bench is to be presided over by the chairman and is to consist of a vice chairman, at least two other members. The additional bench will be presided over by the chairman and is to consist of a vice chairman and at least two other members. The additional bench will be presided over by the vice chairman and will also consist of at least two other members. Provision has been made for the three-member bench to ensure objectivity in dealing with cases that come up before the tribunal and to ensure that all aspects of the grievance are looked into adequately before a decision is taken. However, provision has also been made for constituting single-member benches to deal with routine cases of a simple character. The bill provides that serving or retired judges of the High Court or those who are holding or held posts at the level of secretary to the Government of India or posts under the central or state government carrying a scale of pay not less than that of secretary to the Government of India for 2 years can be appointed as chairman or vice chairman. Similarly, persons who are or who have been or are qualified to be judges of High Court and those who have held posts of the level of additional secretary to the Government of India for 2 years or post of joint secretary to the Government of India for 3 years or a post under the central or state government carrying a scale of pay not less than that of an additional secretary to the Government of India for 2 years or joint secretary to the Government of India for 3 years are eligible to be appointed as members of the tribunal. These are the minimum requirements